Yo, JBlanked here. The PicoCalc is an awesome little device, but an update I just pushed is about to change everything. See this? This isn't the calculator you think it is. It's a custom Hello World app that I wrote in Python, and I launched it right from the main menu. And today I'm going to show you exactly how I built it step by step so you can build your own. What I just showed you is all thanks to a major update for Picoware, the open source firmware I created to turn the PicoCalc into a programmable powerhouse. I've been working with the community to add incredible features, but the real game changer is the support for external micropython apps. So what does that actually mean? Well, one of my main goals was to make app development easier for everyone. Before this update, adding your own program meant you had to reflash the entire firmware. It was a pain and definitely not friendly for beginners. But now, you just write a Python script with a specific structure, drop it into a folder on the SD card, and it pops up on your app menu ready to go. This basically turns the PicoCalc from a static tool into a tiny pocket computer that you can program yourself. Now, that big feature update also added a new on-screen editor. But since this video is a follow-up to my previous Python tutorial, we'll be using the Thonny IDE to create our first app together. And in an upcoming video, we will use the new on-screen editor. So that's what we're doing today. We'll get our coding environment set up, write a fun Hello World app that changes color for the PicoCalc screen, and then install it right onto the device. By the end of this, you'll have the skills you need to start making your own stuff. Alright, first things first, let's get our tools ready. This part's important, but I'll make it quick. And if you're already set up, feel free to jump ahead to the coding. First thing you need is a PicoCalc running the micropython version of Picoware. You also need an SD card, as this is where our apps will be stored. The installation for the firmware is simple. You put the PicoCalc into bootloader mode, it pops up on your computer like a USB drive, and you just drag and drop the firmware into the file. Our second and most important tool is our IDE, the program we'll write code in. We'll be using Thonny. If you've ever messed with Python on microcontrollers, you've probably heard of it. It's free, works on Windows, Mac, and Linux, and is designed for beginners. It has everything we need to talk directly to the PicoCalc. Now, make sure the micro USB cable is disconnected from your Raspberry Pi Pico, and then turn on your PicoCalc. After that, plug in the micro USB cable again to your Pico, but this time do not hold the bootloader button. Once you've got Thonny installed, go in the bottom right corner of Thonny, click where it shows the Python version, and choose MicroPython Raspberry Pi Pico. Thonny should find your device automatically. You'll know it's working when you see the repo appear at the bottom. This shell is a live connection right into your PicoCalc. You can type Python commands here and they run instantly on the device. It's really awesome for quick tests. Okay, with Thonny configured and talking to our PicoCalc, we're ready to write some code. In the electronics world, the first program you write usually just blinks an LED. But for us, it's getting text to show up on the PicoCalc's screen. So let's make it a little more interesting. We'll make a Hello World app where the text changes color every time you press a button. This Hello World app will show us the basic structure of every Picoware app. 3 functions named start, run, and stop. In Thonny's main editor window, let's start by setting up some variables. From MicroPython, import const I equals const hello world equals 0. So we'll use const to tell MicroPython to save memory on our hello world text, and a color variable to keep track of our current color. Now we'll work on our start function. This runs when the app launches. We'll just use it to draw our initial instructions on the screen. Def start view manager. Cool. We need Picoware.system.vector import vector. Okay, and then here get our draw instance. View manager dot get underscore draw, and then we should clear the screen. Clear. And now we're going to write our text. Let's enter that. Draw dot text towards the middle of the screen. We'll set the position first. So 130x, 160y, and then our initial text will say press enter with a smiley face. And then we need to swap, and that pushes our text to the screen. And then at the end, we return true. Awesome. Now let's work on our run function. Picoware calls this over and over in a loop. So this is where we'll check for button presses. We want the center button to change the color and the back button to exit. Okay, so def run also takes a view manager. This one doesn't return anything, so we'll just jump right into it. Let's get our imports from Picoware.system.buttons. Let's get the back button, and we need the center button. And then let's get our vector class, system.vector, import vector, and then our colors, Picoware.system.colors, import TFT white. Let's get blue, let's get red, and let's get yellow. TFT white, boom, 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 boom. Okay. Next, we need to scroll down. Let's global eye and color so we can use it. And then let's get our input manager. Input manager equals view underscore manager dot input manager.
Jay, you blanked on this one.
Okay. And then we'll get the last clicked button, which is an int, equals input manager dot get last button. Okay, now we're going to make a choices map. So let's do choices equals starter dict, and we're going to have 0 TFT white, 1 for TFT blue, 2 for TFT red, and then 3 for TFT yellow. Spelled that right? Yep. Then close our dict. And then now let's set our button presses. So we'll have if button equals the center button, we want to change our text. First, we need to reset our input. That ensures the system doesn't read the same button again. Now we need our draw again. View manager.get draw. We want to clear the screen. Then we want to draw our text. Again, towards the middle, 130-160. The text is our high constant. And then this, for the color, is the last parameter. We'll just use our button map. Okay, and then at the end, we just swap. There we go. Now we need to increase our color variable. So we have color plus equals 1. We're in Python. And then color equals 0 if color is greater than 3. Else, sorry, we're in Python. Else, it should be 0. No, oops, it should be color. There we go. And then we'll elif, and this is if the button is the back button, we need to exit the app. So elif button equals button back, and then reset again. Dot reset through and the view manager dot back. The back method from the view manager returns the user back to the previous view. So for us, it'll be the list of apps available. Now, finally, the stop function cleans up when the app closes. It's good practice to reset our global variables and call the garbage collector to free up memory. So here we have def stop, which also takes a view manager, turns nothing. And then here we want to from gc import collect global the color, just set color to 0, and then at the end collect. Now we're all set. Let me zoom out so we can see the entire app. Okay, that's a bit too much, but there we go. Now, while we can run this in Thani by manually creating a view manager object and running our code, we'll instead save this file as hello copy.py onto the SD card and run it directly on our PicoCalc. In a later video, I'll show you how to debug your apps in Thani to ensure everything runs as expected. This is where the dynamic app loading magic comes in. The process is way simpler than you'd think. Picoware automatically looks for Python scripts in a specific folder on the SD card. All we have to do is save our script there. So first turn off your PicoCalc and then unplug the micro USB cable. Now push your SD card in to pop it out. Now connect your SD card to your computer and open it up. Create a folder named Picoware if there's not one already. And then inside that, create another named Apps. Now in Thani, go to File and then click Save As. Now open the Apps folder inside of the Picoware folder on your SD card. We're going to save our file here. Let's call the file hello color.py. Now click Save. Now safely eject your SD card so we can pop it into the PicoCalc. Now turn on your PicoCalc. Click Enter to open the library, then scroll down and click Applications. You should now see Hello Color listed as one of the applications. Select it and press Enter. There you go, your app launches. You just made and installed your very own app. So there you have it. If you're excited about what else you can build with your PicoCalc, hitting that subscribe button really helps me out and lets me know you want more tutorials like this one. Let's do a quick recap. We just saw how the new Picoware update makes external app creation possible. We set up Thani to talk to our PicoCalc. We wrote a dynamic hello world program that changes color on command using the required start, run, and stop structure. And finally, we developed it as a permanent app on the device's SD card. But this is just the beginning. As a little challenge, try modifying the Hello World app. Could you add more colors to the cycle, or maybe make the text move across the screen every time you press a button? The Picoware firmware also unlocks Wi-Fi and Bluetooth on supported hardware. You could build an app that grabs the weather from an internet API or a clock that syncs its time online. The Picoware API also includes pre-built GUI components for creating lists, menus, and text boxes to make complex apps easier to build. Let me know in the comments what you're thinking of building. I'm JBlanked. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.